Yes.
Kind of becoming one. The Aegis plate. Picking up Aegis, going into this tournament, and that's not like an unfamiliar thing for Tweek to do, like to kind of move around with a bunch of characters. But it felt pretty comfortable with Diddy Kong and Sephiroth until he decided to say, y'all made me do this.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what happened when he picked up Bayo and Cloud. He was like, okay, I'm moving up the tier list, and I'm going to not work as hard anymore. Pythra and Mythra, particularly Pythra. Pythra is such an annoying problem for Game & Watch because of that distance, because of that kill power, because of how difficult it can be to try and challenge them. That frame data, of course, works for Mythra, but you have to be careful with that recovery because that's exactly what Meister's going to try to exploit to hopefully get these games.
And another thing to talk about, too, is, like, I know that he kind of, like, Tweek kind of went through that whole, okay, I'm just going to play Aegis because I'm sick of people just being who they are, and I don't blame him for it. But, like, this character actually works so well for his playstyle. It's actually terrifying. I was actually watching him play against my boy Eric this past weekend. And, like, the pressure he can put down with Mythra is, like, because it allows him to just play that mid-range game that he loves. But he also has that speed to get in there and absolutely just disrupt everything. He loves that Nair tool as well from Mythra. He's really good at getting the cross-ups on it. And even then, that's like, it's a multi-hit move, right? It's going to pop up. It's going to allow him to get those combos and dip right back out and to reset the neutral, which is what he wants to do. And then on the other flip side of that, he doesn't have to worry about the kill power from Mythra because Pythra is just one down BOA.
Exactly. Also, one extremely annoying, difficult problem that people can have fighting against Tweek is that he's always been such an amazing ledge trapper. And when you try to reactively get up in front of him because you're too scared of F-tilt from Pythra, he's going to get a lot of free grabs. Meister's going to have to play around that, but Meister's also an anti-air machine, which is why we're seeing a lot of grounded gameplay from Tweek, and anytime he does like jump, it's usually far enough away he's not going to get hit by like a short hop back air or something like that, and try and escape as quick as possible to reset neutral so Meister doesn't get anything out of it.
And here's the other side of it too, right? Is like he is pulling up Pythra trying to get these hits, but as soon as like Meister's able to get back on stage to kind of reset that whole entire neutral, he goes right back to Mythra. He wants to win it into advantage state as best as he can, and then as soon as he gets it, man, Pythra comes out. But look at this, man. We were talking about it. Meister fighting back. He is continuously the meta killer.
Advantage state machine until you get hit by F-tilt, but did get the damage on. He was barely getting any hits before. Now up to 90, the up air into up B, forcing the jump out of Mythra. But because that platform was there, he wasn't really able to get a true frame trap.
And this is also where another interesting thing is going to be coming out to play too, is Tweek continuously loves to kind of play that mid-range, hey look, as soon as I don't have advantage anymore or I have to overextend to keep this combo going, I'm going to get right back out, reset that neutral. And that's kind of one of the things that Meister doesn't like. He wants the charge up smash. He wants people to try and challenge it because for some reason, everyone, as soon as Meister starts charging up smash, everyone becomes like a fly to a bug zapper. They're like, I have to go touch it. Yeah, it's like, I have to go touch this.
Like I must approach this.
And he kind of has the same color as like a bug zapper too.
He's also got like the same color here as Kalos, too. It's actually been kind of difficult to keep track of where he is.
Actually, yeah, that's fair.
But I mean, for Tweek, you're not really going to fall for that. Good evasiveness with the down air, but I think for Tweek, his ability to just like stagger pressure, like that's the first jab stagger we've seen on Shield, but he's been able to just kind of take away a lot of the win con that Meister has. He's not overextending. You need people to just rush you as Game & Watch to get your damage on, and he's just refusing. That's the first up B out of Shield we've been able to see, but that was purely just to get away from potential F-tilt.
Right, I mean, because, we know how often that, Tweek loves to just disengage. So Meister, really has not been able to kind of do that. He really just takes things that are guaranteed. And a forward tilt, once again, like you mentioned, that ledge trap game from Tweek, so phenomenal. And then that's twice now that a Pythra forward tilt is actually close out these stacks. One on the left side, one on the right side. Who knows, maybe we'll get an up tilt that kills off the top.
Yeah, and it'll probably keep going here too. I thought pretty surprised we ended up on Kalos. I know it's a starter here in SmashCon, but I was kind of surprised we ended up on Kalos to start because it's your straight hits a little bit more difficult. He finally finds a forward air. Tweek has literally been smacking those away, which you can hit to break them. And that's like the first successful one we've seen that has landed, that has done something important. And but the problem is though, Skip, he's a whole stock behind. He needs maybe a judgment or something soon, but he needs a good edge guard right now.
Well, actually, a forward air did actually didn't connect earlier. Well, technically it did connect earlier, but what happened is Mythra was out, and she actually foresighted it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So, man. And the thing is like, I'm actually not surprised, even with Kalos, being the starter, that we're actually starting here. Meister really likes this stage with Game & Watch. He's able to put that pressure all over the place. He's a fairly quick character, he can get his combo extensions off those platforms. He doesn't need the platforms, but he can also control so much space on the ground. And that just like continue to work for him. But man, the way that Tweek's playing right now, this is definitely a different Tweek.
I mean, the whole win condition right now is just F-tilt the minigame. Like, can you navigate around this? If not, then try to jump into this down air, and you can't play short hop aerial game. Like when Mythra's out, yes, you can try to pressure, but then the moment Pythra's out, Meister literally can't engage. And look at Tweek, he's refusing to engage with that activity. So I am not running up to that up smash.
Right. There he goes, trying to trap that forward air on the shield once again. And yeah, dude, you can, like, I feel like most of the time, Meister starts to find a rhythm, especially for a game one going as long as we've seen it right now, almost hitting 5 minutes here. But I feel like he's just continuously been lost in this entire matchup against Tweek so far. Like, Tweek is really coming into his own with this character. And honestly, it's kind of terrifying.
So I've been saying, so I mean, like, everybody's known for a long time, sorties are a problem for Game & Watch, and that continues here. Pythra is so difficult to deal with when she's out, and in center stage, you just can't win neutral. You can't get an actual dub unless they jump too much. And Tweek just refused to jump. He wouldn't get hit by an air. He wouldn't get hit by any anti-airs. Just because he stayed grounded, what do you do? Like, how do you find the opening?
Yeah, no, it's definitely, it's just such a weird scenario, man, because, like, it's sorties. Like, we know how good sorties are in this type of game, but it's also Tweek neutral.
Yep.
Why? Like, you put those two things together, and it's a rough time for anybody. Like, with the way that Tweek's playing right now against Meister, I imagine it'd be very difficult for anybody to really kind of pin this character down. And you know what's interesting? I know people have been talking about Steve so long, too, but you know how many Pyra Mithras are actually in this bracket right now?
Quite a few, actually.
Quite a few.
And also, it's attached to, I mean, granted, one of the two is currently now in losers, and that happens to be the #1 seed. But,
I think he was playing Byleth against Steve, which is weird.
Yeah, this was forced to switch off.
Yeah. Oh, was he? Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, not in that set, but like was forced to switch off yesterday. But right now, Tweek still rocking the Pyra Mithra. I think the stage is so much better, and actually something I was to allude to is that stage matters so much in this matchup for Game & Watch, because the only way you get anything started, Skip, in a matchup, especially against a sortie, is you need to find them making mistakes around platforms. That's why Meister's hovering around it so much to get his combos started.
There he goes, getting up off the ledge there, though. Dropping the Keyblade on him, too, trying to get something out of that. But, man, dude, the way that Tweek is actually utilizing these hitboxes, just keeping Meister away, swatting him away like a fly, too. It's actually like, I don't know, man. I'm not really sure what Meister's supposed to do here, because Tweek's just playing on an entirely different level. Like, I know he's a bit behind here, but, like, the pressure that he's putting down, like, Meister has to play so different.
I think the thing that has worked is that platform camping. Like, you have to stay, like we were saying, you have to stay around them and make Tweek make a mistake, so that way when you do actually get a win, your advantage will be great, because then you could actually get a reset off of a platform and get some damage on. Because this isn't that far off, because he just finally caught him on a short hop, forcing them to jump right there, but Tweek 2 times in a row, missing it, but you stay there too long, that ledge invincibility goes away, and Meister will react every time with that dash gets left tilt.
Oh, yeah, no, and I think, honestly, you really killed it on that point, because it seems like Meister's finally starting to get his rhythm here. I mean, I know we talked about him as kind of like the, or especially Game & Watch, as like a meta killer, and we always talk about how tough it is for him to deal with sorties, but like, I remember when originally everyone's like, oh yeah, Lucina definitely beats Game & Watch, and I talked to Meister, it was like at the beginning of, you know, the Wi-Fi era, and I was like, you know, do you still feel this way? And he was just like, no, dude, I think Game & Watch goes even with it. And it's just like, that's just like one person could just be really positive about their character and maybe a little too positive, but like, Meister can back it up, man, and he's doing it right now. I mean, he's losing the stock, but he still has a pretty decent lead.
Yeah, that's just because, like, it's just so difficult to land through Pyra, and Tweek had that controlled.
Right.
But one thing I've noticed also from Tweek, he's not taking the 60% combos. Usually when Meister finds that nair on a platform, you are going to 60, and then you have to guess. Tweek has dropped out of it every time. Like right there, he got hit by a B. He immediately had the correct DI. Now he's going to get hit by 2 here, but it's only a 2-piece, and he's not getting hit by any falling up airs. He's constantly DIing to where the damage he takes is minimal, and it makes it so much harder for him to get anything started, because he can only win only a few only a few interactions versus characters like the frame data on Mithra.
Yep, going to be over the down air there. Yeah, so that's actually one thing that Tweek has been really slow on, is that down air. And I honestly would not be surprised if he goes up 2-0 here and we get to a last like situation game 3. I expect him to actually be right on top of that. Yeah. Because I think he's making Meister feel a little bit too comfortable.
Also, he finally got a roll. There you go. He's going to get that forward smash. I do like what Tweek was doing a second ago, though. Anytime he gets Meister to around 90, he starts forward throwing him, with Pyra especially, to go straight to ledge. Because then, well, congratulations, now you're on ledge versus Pyra. But now you're trying in the air. I cannot believe that you were brave enough to go for that down air when Tweek was that close to you with the up air.
I mean, hey, Game & Watch brain makes you a braver man than you really should be sometimes. I'm going to be real with you, okay? When I play Game & Watch, I just start pressing buttons, and I'm hoping for the best.
Hey, occasionally getting out of disadvantage, you have to do that. But 162-28, Tweek's defense on point again. He keeps smacking away these forward airs, which you need to force people to hold shield. It's not just getting the combo starters. You need people to have that shield up so you can find those throws as Game & Watch to get that quick damage. But he finally finds an air that just misses the F tilt and somehow just misses the timing on neutral get up as well.
Yeah, and I mean, that's also one of those scenarios, too, like we've talked about quite a few times, that while Pythra and Mythra have so many strengths, one of the issues that they do have is that recovery.
Yeah.
And if Meister can find that rhythm to try to, really challenge some of that, especially if you get him off far enough, like he can really take it, go the distance with it, because that back air from Game & Watch 2 is such a problem for so many characters with gimbable recoveries like that.
Yeah, and finally makes a mistake. That was Tweek's turn for like 30 seconds. He couldn't get back on stage from the recovery. He forced him to regrab, kept everything going, and now back to Mythra again to have that frame data, box him out, and once again, not jumping that much. Only jumping when he thinks that he can sneak in a W, maybe off of one of his own airs to get Pythra's combo string going.
And that was actually a rare overextension from Tweek. I mean, it generally, I think, is a actual combo, but I think he was like off by like a couple frames or something like that, and Meister got that up special just to kind of, emergency button just to get out of a really tough spot. So I don't think we're going to see that from Tweek too often. He might actually dial back from that combo in particular.
Luckily for Meister now, though, Tweek's forced to jump, which he's jumping a lot now. You can't get caught on another roll on the ground. That's exactly how he lost his last stock. And Meister's kind of playing to that win con right now. It's like, okay, now you're at 120 plus, and he finally catches him on a switch. Finally punishes him on a dodge with that forward air, and Meister forces game number 3. Oh my goodness, they are playing so defensive right now because they both have like the same exact playstyle, Skip. And unfortunately for Meister, you can't force that same type of playstyle you're used to because you can't overextend against the hitboxes that Tweek puts out.
Yeah, man, but it's crazy like how much slower he was able to bring the game down to try and put it into his favor. And it actually ended up working out for him. Now, that's just an unfortunate position. Like, I'm not sure what Tweek is definitely going for there.
I think it was just finally the first time he caught a dodge, like a switch in, because every other time he covered like range to ledge, and that time Meister went higher. Like he changed the distance by just enough, and he caught him slipping. I mean, as great as Tweek is playing, we already know not everybody's perfect, and at some point you're gonna make that mistake. And I don't know if this will be a mistake, but Town and City was left open, and this is definitely going to help get. I mean, actually, Pythra's finding those kills anyways, so maybe this just helps. This kind of helps Meister in the long run too. Yeah, I mean, it does give him those stocks potentially of the back air if he does go off stage, like really early stocks, and even that forward tilt, right? But like the thing is that while Pythra does have some pretty great stuff, like especially those forward tilts, the aerials all tend to send up like in a bit of an upwards angle. So if Meister's trying change up his DI tactics a little bit, it will actually extend his stocks a little bit longer off the top blast. That's true, that's true. I can see why Meister left this open so we can end up picking this one. But one of the things that helps a bit too is that there's no platforms to escape to. So all the short hop game or the double jumps that Tweek was doing to get into the skies to get away from Meister are actually kind of gone. So even though you want those platform resets, you get them on occasion, you also have, I think, a better ability now to get him when he double jumps like that. Granted, he just got baited as he double jumps right in front of him.
Right. There you go, throwing out that bucket. He saw Pythra out, and he's like, and that's actually one thing that Tweek actually has not thrown out once is the Pythra side B, which is kind of strange because I feel like that's just such a tool, like especially if you can't find a way in, you throw that one out there.
I think the only reason why is he caught him slipping like occasionally, but the bucket reflect. Like that is a really easy way to steal like something away from. I mean, it kills really early too.
Yeah.
So. Tweek actually facing another damage deficit. I think that Meister has just been playing better now on air, like not just the area game, but like getting Tweek to jump first, which has been kind of difficult. Both of them are barely committing. They constantly move back and forth, but it's been Tweek who's been losing out more often now, and Meister's starting to take, I think he's starting to adjust a bit to what he's been doing. Yeah, no, this is definitely a tough spot to be in, and yeah, it looks like Tweek is just kind of struggling to figure out where to go from here. I mean, who knows? It might be actually, if we go to a game 4, I mean, I know he's kind of wants to play this Aegis, but it might be time for a little bit of a switch or something because this is definitely just getting worse as time goes on. But you know what? That's what the thing is. Like I said, everybody thought Meister was starting to get a little bit washed when we came back to offline, but if you didn't think this guy was going to find his way back to be among the best of the best. Oh my God, that was so good. He got the last hit of Nair, and that forced a panic jump out of Tweek, and he instantly went to cover because he knew that the panic jump was going to happen. He didn't want to get grabbed there, and he kept pressuring him. I think Meister is just Meister's figured it out. He's kind of caught onto how often Tweek wants to jump, and he gets a trade-off. Tweek finally makes a mistake and gets hit by one of those charge up smashes.
I mean, that is one of the things that a lot of people have talked about before. Tweek's mentality, if you start to, play his game, it's hard for him to play his own game, with you. So, like, it starts to kind of,
He's the one who normally plays this passive.
Right, but it starts to get into his mental a little bit, too, the more you're able to do his game probably a little bit better. And I think Meister's definitely running away with that because Tweek, like you said, starting to make a few key mistakes here, something that we have not seen in those first couple of games.
Yeah, and also, no matter which way we look at it, we will be looking at a winner's top 32 bracket where both Leo and one of these two will be down there that early. Absolutely no one is going to be happy with the remainder of their top 32 losers run past this moment.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And the thing is, like, it just continues to be crazy, too. It's just like, this top 32, there's already been so many upsets and stuff like that, too. But there's that back air. I didn't get the strong hit that they wanted, but did definitely put Tweek right back off stage again. Amid this pressure, we're not going to say a 3-stock game 3, are we?
I mean, look, his advantage state has been immaculate. Okay. And finally, mid-throw at the fourth match is able to take it.
JV3.
I mean, it could happen. He's playing like it right now. Okay, gets hit by the down tilt. Just don't get spiked like 2 times in a row at 30, and you're good.
Yeah.
Tweek is all of a sudden playing extremely well on defense at 160 on stock 3.
You kind of have to play extremely well defense, or otherwise you just blow up, because we know that Meister does not really drop too many things too often. And yep, forward throw is going to put him off stage, dropping the bomb, then force him to recover high. That was almost another stock.
He almost died at 90.
Almost got him with the slamma-jamma.
Okay, all right, he finally held on to the key. He was holding on to that pretty much all set. We saw him get out of a bad situation last game with that too, and that definitely worked out much better. And I feel like I don't know if that was a planned key either. I feel like that was like, get off of me, because he was struggling a bit there, Skip, to like find an opening. Tweek was starting to wake up a lot. It took a bit to do so. Speaking of people waking up, everybody started to show up in the venue. It is really early, of course, 10 a.m. Not everybody was getting out
there's Dadik in the back though. Let's go, Dadik.
Let's go, Dadik.
Literally
Let's go,
one of the
Dad.
nicest guys. Oh, was that also Kirby Dad?
No, I don't see him back there yet. But supportive parents, y'all the best. Oh, you are absolutely insane. He is, I get the switch, but he has decided to switch up to Diddy against Game & Watch while down 2 games. This is not an easy matchup for Diddy Kong, but Tweek does play it very well. However, with the fact that Tweek was so far behind, never mind. The combos started. Maybe this is what he needed. Maybe I'll eat my words. Maybe this is what he needed.
Yeah, I was about to say, because we know that Tweek likes to play that defensive game, right? And that banana is a huge tool for it. But he's actually kind of going in. Actually, that was a hot combo to get started.
In my brain, I was thinking, why not Sephiroth? But then I remembered yesterday, not necessarily Sephiroth, but another bad matchup that Meister has is Ike, and he dominantly dismantled Raven King.
Yeah.
So that he's playing very well against the heavy disjoints right now, including what we just saw against Fire Mithra.
I mean, that's just one of those things where one of the players, they play their character so often, they know what their character's weaknesses are, and they build their game plan to be able to counter that. And Meister's just among the best of the best. But yeah, this Diddy Kong pick seems to be okay so far. I mean, he does have that percentage lead, but I mean, this is just going to continue to be a slow game, man.
Yeah, I mean, as long as, basically for Tweek, it's like, look, let me play the ledge trap minigame now, as he almost pushes him into that banana on shield with that detail.
I do like that, too. Like, when Meister actually went up with the up special, he actually delayed his falling there. He actually just kind of parachuted a little bit, just waiting to see what Tweek was going to do. Got a little bit of extra damage. But yeah, I mean, the good thing is that Tweek does have a lot more movement options being able to play Diddy Kong. But yeah, this is definitely this is a weird game right now. I mean,
yeah, we're approaching that 2-minute mark. Nobody's gone yet. Something that I did remember, however, though, is that flying command grab, that monkey flip, will kill earlier here. That is going to be a viable kill option now for Tweek, as he slowly brings him up, and a up smash out of shield is going to find him the first stock. Yep,
and there we go, man. Like you said, 5 minutes on the clock here, too. But Meister going to continue to put on a little bit of damage here. Oh, geez, that's... I don't know if he hit him with the Arby's at the end there, too.
And you're hot, you're hot.
Oh, my God.
Anybody who plays Pokemon Puzzle League understands that reference. Well, apparently Frying Pan greater than explosive barrels, and...
oh, geez, dude, he slapped the hell out of him with that iron skillet.
He saw that banana's like, all right, it's time for Blackanos. We are still very, very even gameplay. I mean, I know we've been alluding to it a lot, but it is quite literally, this was one of the most difficult times I've seen two players have a struggle to win any type of neutral game.
Right.
They cannot overextend because the moment you bounce on top of Meister, you take too much damage. But now Meister has a ledge trap, forces him to go low, almost catches him with that dash attack.
Dude, he covered so many options of that. He put the bomb on the platform to dissuade Tweek from going up there, and then RB just, dropped the meats just right at that ledge, and then came in with that dash attack for a potential 2-frame. The fact that Tweek was even able to recover from there was actually kind of a godsend. Let's be honest, that was a little bit of a miracle. But I don't know if you believe in miracles, but this is starting to fall apart here for Tweek, who started off so strong taking that first stock. Meister got his stock back, and now he's just been on a rampage here, 91%. He's throwing out these back airs. It's like he remembers, hey, I got a disjoint that I can actually use against you now.
The only true miracle here is the fact that Meister is somehow keeping RBs open. Like, we've been wondering for years how that franchise is still around.
They got okay mozzarella sticks, I'll be honest.
Curly fries, right now,
their mocha milkshake's pretty delicious. I'm going to be real.
You're right. So here, now we're back to an even game, 92% to 95. Good parry, and jab one into the back throw. Get stage position. Does he get the jump? No. He's just trying to call out the monkey flip, but Abdo is going to do it and gets him another lead. Tweek could be going down to losers already, joining MKLeo in top 32.
Yeah, give him the chair to close that one out. And Tweek, man, I know that you like to play this defensive game plan, but man, Meister's really starting to tear you up. You got to figure out some way to be a bit more aggressive here, try to catch Meister on the back foot, because man, he is playing your game a little bit better than you right now, and you are facing elimination from the winner side of bracket.
It's looking very difficult at the moment, trying to find his way back into this game, but he's getting juggled. You do not want to have that jump force by the up air, but the monkey flip comes through, sends him back off stage, and it's not going to be enough off of that. It's a little bit too early. Tries to catch the angels off. So much coverage. Almost had him with the detail, but just misses out.
Yeah, okay, up special into him. And we see Tweek going for that banana, but look at this pressure from Meister, throwing out those up airs. Toot, trying to keep him up in the air. Shout out to the Colt, by the way. He always yells up this toot.
Oh my God, the OG days of toot, that was ridiculous. Like, yeah, little smirk giver over there on the side. Forward smash is going to get to an even game, though. 80%. This actually isn't too bad for Tweek. If he could find a hit, he is one of the best combo, he's a combo machine when he has banana in hand, particularly with Diddy Kong, but he is struggling to touch the ground right now. He aggressively landed with Nair. Now, that trips everyone up in this building. I think that's why Meister got hit by that.
Yeah.
You wanted that down air, but that up B came through.
Yeah, you wanted it. You see how Meister actually panicked up special too because he was a little close to the banana, and Tweek just did not fight on that at all. He didn't want to, attempt any sort of possible hit, because I think at this point, if Meister lands with a down air, because Tweek gets a little too aggressive in the air, I'm pretty sure that's a stock at this point.
Yeah, you pretty much can't challenge him at disadvantage right now. It's exactly why I think, like you just said, there it is. Yeah, he's going into the blast zone to try and hopefully catch Tweek slipping, but he chases him all the way up. That air doesn't take him out off the top.
I mean, it's not really a move that kills. It's just a bunch of soft multi-hits. But, I mean, once you get high enough up there, you are going. But you know what? You don't need a trumpet when you got a chair to be slamming over the top of your opponent's head. And we got Meister taking a 3-1 in a set that I wasn't entirely sure was going to be able to work out in his favor.
Dude. MKLeo and Tweek are both in losers.
Yeah, this is messed up.
32 at the start of the day.
This ain't 2019 no more.
This is
not 2019. Era. This is 2022.
Meister is back. This is the prime Meister we've seen over the years. It took him a bit. Everybody hits a slump. It happens.